Hi Leo, and welcome to your mid-month love tarot reading. This is for the second half of May 2018. This is for singles and couples and those who are dating. So Leo, let's pull an overall energy to see what your energy is regards to love and romance for this second half of May. We have two cards here. So the first one out is actions speak loudly, express your love through action, and embrace your emotions. Okay, so don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So Leo, this a couple different things with this. Some of you need to really pay attention to the actions of others, of the person that you're involved with or interested in, etc. Like, you need to look more at their actions rather than what they're saying to you, because their actions are telling you really what's going on. And with embrace your emotions, some of you, this could be where you like somebody and you think they like you too, and pay attention to their actions, all right? And if their actions are indicating to you that they like you, they probably do, and you should express yourself to them and let them know of your interest. But you know, whatever you're feeling emotionally in regards to love and romance, you don't need to ignore it. Like, you need to embrace it, honor it, face it, let it be what it is, feel what you feel, because that's your truth. That's your emotional truth. You can't deny yourself that. Like, you can lie to other people, right? But you can't lie to yourself. We could try. I know I try sometimes, especially when I'm feeling things I don't want to feel, but you know, your emotional truth is your truth, and if you accept it and honor it, it can move through you much easier than if you're trying to pretend like it's not there. Also, you know, this could go the other way, where somebody's really paying attention to your actions and energy much more so than what you're saying to them. So let's pull some more cards to see what's up with that. Also, if you're feeling something, you're sensing something, but what the person you're involved with is saying is different than what you're sensing, pay attention to their actions. You will know, okay? Because I hate that when you're feeling something and somebody's like, oh no, you're totally wrong, and you're not. They just, for whatever reason, don't want to own it. It's so weird. We are all so weird. That was the worst freaking shuffle of all time. All right, so we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And love yourself first. Yeah, okay. So with the soulmate card, yes, this is your soulmate. Doesn't always mean like, oh, it's your one forever after, okay? Some of you are involved with somebody, and yes, they're your soulmate. However, there's just things that they're doing and saying and being that aren't very honoring of you, and you're feeling that inside. But maybe you haven't been saying it out loud or whatever, because you're just kind of in a bit of confusion, or it could be like what you believe is happening is something you just don't really want to deal with, or you don't want that to be the truth, okay? So you need to love yourself first. If somebody's just kind of in and out, they're not honoring you, and even though they're a soulmate, they're not honoring you, and the universe is saying, like, you need to honor yourself and maybe step back, really pay attention to the actions of that person, not what they're telling you, because words lie, humans lie, energy doesn't, okay? So if you can get yourself in the flow of the vibes of life, nobody can lie to you anymore. They could try, but they won't be able to, because, you know, you'll just sense the energy and you'll be like, I don't care what's coming out of your mouth. And with embrace your emotions, really, honest to God, Leo, you need to be true to you 100% these last 2 weeks of May. So let's pull some tarot cards. And now, with the first card that flew out, some of you might be kind of stuck between two different people. All right, so first card out is the Lovers. Pairs well with the soulmate. Yes, whoever you are dealing with is a very significant relationship. It's a strong connection. It's not just in your head. Even if the other person doesn't really seem on board, you're definitely feeling it, okay? It's a soulmate energy. But like I said, soulmate is not always ever after. It's not. Like, we all have many soulmates. And so some of you, yes, this is that confirmation so that you don't feel crazy. Others of you, I kind of feel like you're stuck between two people, and maybe for some of you, it's like you are in love with somebody who, I don't know, maybe isn't really loving you back or isn't really interested in being with you, just based on this card. So let's keep pulling. Next we have the Seven of Cups. So this is all about, you know, a lot of fantasy. And now here we have the Seven of Wands, which this is all about like trying to ease somebody, saying all the right things and comforting them in a sense. And I don't like that with this action speak loudly. I feel like really pay attention to what somebody's saying to you. Pay attention to their actions, you know, and their words. And if there's a discrepancy, the action should override, not what came out of their mouth. Wow. And now we have this here. Paired up with the Seven of Cups, there is a lot of fantasy happening. In fact, that's actually called masturbating. So it's like fantasy all the way through to the finish. And wow, now we have the Six of Wands, which is I want you, I want to touch you, I want to have you. Oh, and then look, Ace of Cups is what comes next. Okay, Leo. So there is somebody that you're really, really feeling, okay? Big time. But if they are not giving you the time of day, or they're not giving you like a whole lot of attention, Leo, you might be best served to kind of step back, because I don't feel like, just based on everything that's come out, I don't feel like they're as into you as you are into them, if that's speaking to you, where it's like you feel like you're trying to pursue somebody and they're kind of interested, but at the same time they also seem to not be interested, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Even they might even say, oh yeah, I like you, I'm all about you. But it's just like something inside is saying, no, something's off, something's wrong. Pay attention to you, Leo. Pay attention to you, because you're right. Something isn't kosher here. There is imbalanced energy. And you paying attention to the actions of that person is really going to bring you the truth, okay? And if this is somebody that you haven't been with for a while, or you haven't even been in contact with them for a while, but you're really like dreaming and fantasizing about them and thinking like they're your one and you're meant to be, listen, Leo, I don't know that that's the case based on these cards, okay? It's saying, how did this person really treat you? What really happened? Why did the relationship end? Who has that person been interested in being your friend, being a genuine friend? Do they really care about you? You know, so if that's where you're kind of hung up on somebody and you've been thinking about them, if they did you wrong, they're not the one. I don't see that at all with these cards here, okay? Now, some of you might just be crushing hardcore on somebody, or somebody's crushing hardcore on you. If you've been kind of getting the sense that somebody is, I think you're probably very right about it. Okay? Actions speak loudly. Pay attention to that. So either you're crushing or somebody's crushing on you. I just see a shit ton of fantasizing going on here, and like, oh, I just gotta have you. What are the magic words to make this happen? Okay. Now, as I mentioned, there's some Leos that you're kind of stuck between two people. And what I see with that is you are maybe physically with one of them, and the other one is just maybe somebody on your mind. I mean, you very well could be dating both of them in the physical right now. But I feel like it's more like you're, because of all this fantasy and stuff. And I don't really see actual penetration happening here or any sort of sexual relations whatsoever, because these two cards, the only two that really depict any action, are all about fantasy and stuff. This is about communication and speaking and, you know, maybe even trying to seduce in a way. But again, there's no relations happening there. Same with this. It's like, you're sexy, I want you, I want to touch you, but there's no relations happening there. So I feel as though there are some Leos where you're with somebody, okay, but you're fantasizing about somebody else. And, you know, you need to be real to yourself about what you're feeling. And it's not so much about what you need to do about that if you're stuck between two people. It's more about, why are you stuck between two people? That's like where you should focus. And the person you're with is definitely going to feel that vibe from you if somebody else is on your mind, because your thoughts and your emotions create your energy field. They tell your whole story. And every one of us reads each other's energy, you know, at a subconscious level. Some of us are much more conscious of the flow of energy, right? And others just not so much. So if you're with somebody, but somebody else is always on your mind or in your heart, in your emotions, the person you're with is going to feel that and going to think you're up to some stuff, even if you're not, because all that energy is just permeating from you, and it's another person. It's not the person you're with. So they'll definitely pick up on that. So if that's how you're feeling, it's time to get real with yourself about, why am I stuck between these two people? And, you know, if the one you're with isn't the one you believe is your soulmate, then maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship, okay? Just saying. But some of you, I feel like it is your soulmate that you're with, and you're thinking that whoever this person is your soulmate, and I just don't feel like that's the case, okay? I don't. So I know your guys' reading was a bit rough for May. I actually had a friend of mine say, like, what the hell? But this isn't so bad. Like, this is just more like, Leo, you need to get real with yourself, and the people around you, the people you're dating or the person that you're with, if there's any sort of weirdness, pay attention to those actions, you know, way more than what's coming out of their mouth, for sure. So let's pull you some advice. Yes. Look at this. Peace. Dissolving unwanted and disturbing thoughts. Did I not just say, like, how much all of this is taking place, you know, in your mind, because it's fantasy? And it's not to say, like, that you're unrealistic. It's fantasizing. This just, I mean, it could be like, I'm fantasizing about, you know, marrying you and being in your arms and all of this. But for others of you, it's definitely very sexually based, as with this lovers, for sure. So with this coming out as your advice, if there is somebody just on your mind that you are not with, that's not even in your life anymore, Leo, you need to let it go. You need to let it go, especially if you're with somebody now, because your person now feels that, and that's not fair. That is not a fair thing to do if you've committed yourself to somebody, to continue to fantasize and dream and scheme about somebody else. So they feel it. You've got to clear your mind, okay? If it's just somebody that you're really thinking about and hoping and all of that, but they don't seem really on board, allow yourself to accept that and let the energy go so it can bring you peace of mind, okay? If you feel like somebody's crushing on you and you're crushing on them, speak it. It will bring you peace of mind. Do whatever it is that you know you need to do to bring yourself some relief and comfort, and let go of whatever this is. Like, it just doesn't look very good for you. And again, if you are hung up between two people, you shouldn't be focused so much on what to do or what choice to make, but rather why. Why are you hung up on two different people? Because I don't believe that anybody could be in love with two people at the same time. I mean, you don't have to buy that. That's just my opinion. But for me personally, you can like a lot of people. You can have lust for people. You can be infatuated, obsessed. But to truly be in love, no. There's only one. There's only enough room in your heart for one person. And so you could be very much in love with one person, but be very intrigued or like or obsessed or enthralled with somebody else. But I do not believe that somebody can ever truly be in love with two different people at the same time. I don't. So, stick with the one that is the best fit for you, I guess. I don't know. Because didn't even Steve Jobs say, if you think you love two people, pick the second one, because if you fell in love with the second one, you really weren't in love with the first one to begin with, or something along those lines. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. So anyways, Leo, those are your messages for the second half of May in regards to love and romance. I'm wishing you guys all the best. Take care.